Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Talk Show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and all our programs are video streamed through YouTube on our channel NIK NIKAM, and we would like you to visit our YouTube channel NIK NIKAM, where we have more than 800 videos accenting our experience here in the United States. And we would also like you to please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and browse through all the different videos we have. We also have a social media page which is NIK NIKAM Network or Triple N Media, and we would like you to visit, where we keep you abreast of what's happening in and around the Houston area and from around the world. And when you visit, please do like our Facebook page. Today we are going to be talking about a very important topic, that is drug addiction and drug problem among teenagers, which is a very important topic because it is spreading far and wide spreading all across the globe. And with me I have Dr. JAIN from India, and he is an expert on dealing with drug addiction among children. So we learn a great deal about what is drug addiction, what kind of drugs are used by these teenagers, and how do they present and how do they hide all their symptoms, and what kind of treatments are available, and what is the prognosis, and what we as parents and as a community, what we need to do to address this drug problem, which is becoming endemic or it is spreading far and wide. Dr. JAIN, welcome to Triple N Talk Show. I am delighted to have you. First of all, give us a little bit about your background.
I am a medical practitioner, but general practitioner, but from last 20 years I am enrolled more in the addiction medicine.
I see, yeah.
So because of my interest looking to the society, the pathetic state of the people and the family, I just switched over to the addiction medicine for the last 20 years.
I see. So, where do you practice?
I, Dr. JAIN, practicing in Udaipur, Rajasthan, India.
I see. Yeah. That's fascinating. Okay, let's talk about, when we talk about drug addiction in general, and particularly among teenagers, what kind of drugs are we talking about?
See, when we talk about India, the drugs which are common in the teenagers group is most common is chewable tobacco.
Tobacco, I see.
Chewable tobacco, not the smoking.
Yeah.
Smoking comes later on, but the chewable tobacco and the gutka is very common in India.
I see.
So, for example, that is even to the class 1 and 2, or say up to the class 5. I had been to the many schools and given my presentation in the laptop, and then I came to know the children, they are using the tobacco and gutka.
What about this scheduled drugs? Are they hooked up to like heroin, cocaine, marijuana, or what they call ecstasy, molly, things like that in this country?
No. In India, these things are not there in this age group.
I see.
Yeah. See, in the adulthood, they are there, but it is limited to only heroin or brown sugar, and then in some of the cases of the cocaine. Marijuana is definitely coming up in India.
I see.
Yeah, it is coming up, and it's nowadays very easily available in India. That is what I see.
I see. At what age group do they start, and what makes them get addicted to all these substances?
See, if you talk about the chewable tobacco, it's very easily available in any of the grocery in India.
Yeah.
So, and it is the friends, or I would rather use, I have got 12F, which causes the addiction of any of the addict, say it may be adult or it may be younger child. Say first is the family, because if any member of the family, first step is the family. Any family members uses the tobacco, there is likely that the children who see it, he will follow it. I give a very simple example. You see the toddler, the small kid, he just walk like this. So what happens is the grandpapa, grandfather was using the tobacco, and he used to throw the pouch.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, and the small kid,
he will pick up that and...
pick up that. and some of the pieces are lying in this pouch,
Nice.
and this child become addicted to this
The
tobacco
pouch. Oh.
because he has also started this thing. So this one
Yeah.
F is the first is F is, then comes the second is friends.
I see. Yeah.
Second F is friends. So once one of your friend is using it and say, "Oh, I am feeling elated. I am feeling euphoria," he started taking.
So,
like this.
what's the most common age of your patients?
Yeah, when we talk of these teenagers, the age say from 10 to 15 they started.
I see. Yeah.
Age. I'm talking of the India. I don't know about
Yeah.
much of the US because the chewable tobacco is not available as
I
far
see, yeah.
I know in US.
Yeah.
It is smoking is available. So in India, chewable tobacco is more common and gutka is more common.
What is gutka?
Gutka is you see, it is 20% of the this tobacco and then rest 80% other things.
I see.
Yeah, that is we call it supari.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is 80%. That is areca nut.
I see.
You
Yeah.
can call areca nut. So 80% is that one, and 20% is tobacco.
I see.
And when I saw one case of the cancer, then I tried to find out the history of this lady.
Mhm.
I was shocked to know that this areca nut, she was using the areca nut in the whole family,
I see.
and that has led to the cancer of the tongue.
Tongue,
The
yeah.
tongue was being removed. Then I started studying what is pan masala or what is
Yeah.
gutka. Then I came to know that this content, the 20% is tobacco, 80% areca nuts, and other chemicals which are causing high.
I see. Yeah.
So this is the gutka. So now it has been banned,
Yeah.
but still people manage somehow or other the things.
And you said they use drugs also. What's the most common drug, or I should say, the medications that they may use?
You see, when we talk of this teenager group, you see the solvents, like it's a kind of glue.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the tire puncture glue.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. The children I have been brought to me of this age group, and they were just smelling it, and they have their hanky. They put on this hanky.
I see.
They just smell it, and to this extent that one of the child, he just fell from the roof and just jumped from the roof and to get this kind of addictions.
I see.
It's coming up because since it is very volatile substance,
Yeah.
so you can't find out anything afterwards.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a Triple N talk show. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and we are talking about drug and tobacco addiction among young adults or teenagers. Once they get addicted to this, how do the parents find out that they are used to all these substances?
See, most of the time the parents doesn't come to know because these children are very, I should say, they are very clever. They try to mask the addiction, and by the time the parents comes to know, it's too late. Rather, I should say it is end stage addictions.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a parents, we should first think that we should show the role model, that if we are not addicted, then the chances of our kid is being addicted is less. But we must watch some of these things. Say, for example, you must watch the behavior of the child. How much time is being spending in the lavatory, bathroom, because these are the two places where the children they use these addictive substances. The way nobody can enter. Then their demand for the money increases. Their what I call the performance in these schools drops down, and they make new friends which are not there. And there are a lot of phone calls from the particular friend, the
I see,
phone. Yeah. So likewise, sometimes when they don't get the money, there's something and the house go missing, and you just ignore it.
I see.
And when bigger things goes from the house, then you come to know, oh, something is going. But you ask your kids also where it is gone. And ultimately, sometimes you come to know the behavioral changes.
I see, yeah.
He's careless about his, say, makeup. He doesn't take bath, or say, he's careless about the clothing also.
Yeah.
These are some of the things which you, as a parent, we must observe, so that we can early diagnose that your kid is or your relative is addicted.
It's kind of hard for parents to even confront, because they're going to either deny it, or they're going to fight, or they're just going to ignore it.
Yeah, it happens. It happens once you tell, because you see, no addict like that you should tell that you are addict.
Yeah. So how do the parents deal with this? They have a suspicion that their teenager is behaving strange, and he may be hiding a lot of things which they are not aware of, because they are not doctors.
Yeah. So that is the, see, if you then just rebuke them, they will come up with they become the level. Another thing, which a level of anger increases.
I see. Yeah.
So when you say that you are having no, I am not doing this thing. How are you, Papa?
It's like telling an alcoholic, you're drinking too much.
Yeah, he will just jump on you.
Yeah.
So the only thing that you have to keep the child in confidence, keep him in confidence, then politely ask, my son, I think you are. This is a very harmful thing. These are the harmful effects of this, and ultimately it may lead to these other things. So the knowledge about the substance should be there in the parents also.
That's right.
They should know that these are the things because now we are living in a world of addictive substances.
So these things apply to any type of addiction, not necessarily just chewing tobacco, chewable tobacco, or pansapari or anything else. Any kind of drugs, for that matter.
Yeah. So similarly, the observation of the teacher is very important. He's spending say 7 to 8 hours in the schools. So observation of the teacher is also important.
Yeah, but in this country, the students are so much protected. I mean, the teachers can't say or do a whole lot of things in America.
I think this is the same thing is coming up in the US, in India also. The teachers are nowadays rather handicapped. They can't take much to the children, because there is a complaint against the teacher, and they say, okay, you go do whatever you want. But at least is a moral duty.
That is
they tell it, because you can just tell them this is the thing. If you are doing it, you are likely to suffer.
That's right.
That much you can do.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Triple N Talk Show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and we are talking about substance abuse among teenagers. It doesn't matter whether it's heroin, marijuana, or even, as we are talking about, the chewable tobacco or pansapari, which when I was in India, I remember, the incidence of oral cancer was pretty high among people who use this pan and chewable tobacco and all.
It is probably when you were there. Now I think it has gone 3 times more nowadays.
I see. Yeah.
Because I've seen mouth opening as in these children. I'm talking of the child of 5th class. Mouth opening, it should be generally 4 finger.
Yeah.
Ideal. But it has come down to 1 finger only.
Really?
So I've seen in my clinic.
Jesus.
It's going down. This is the first thing which when I take the presentation, I ask the kids, okay, you put your 4 finger inside, and the other fellow should see who is putting 4 fingers, who is not unable to put it. Okay, you, then come on, I will show. They come to the front, and then we show that this is the first time that your mouth opening is reduced. 2 finger, 1 finger.
What's the reason for that?
That is tobacco.
Oh, I see. From all this chronic inflammation and scarring.
Scarring, that causes submucous fibrosis.
Fibrosis,
Submucous fibrosis, SMA.
Yeah, scarring.
Yeah, so that causes more. And then burning in the mouth. If you take this bitter things or mirchi or what you call, then There is a lot of burning in the
I
throat
see, yeah.
and a lot of stomatitis there, ulcers are
That's
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Triple N Talk Show. I'm Dr. Nik Nikam, and we are talking about substance abuse among young teenagers and adults. And my special guest is Dr. JAIN. He is from India. And okay, let's talk about how do the parents convince their children to come and see a specialist to get some help?
See, most of the time it is really difficult for the parents to ask the kid to, or say the adult to come to the addiction experts because of the three reasons. Even the parents thinks, or the addict who thinks, there are three reasons. The first is that it is an stigma.
I see. Yeah.
In India, it is considered to be stigma. We call that this fellow is addicted to, is alcoholic, he is darudia. They call it, oh,
I see.
or he is a tobacco eater, and all the time he is spitting this thing and that. So being a stigma, it's very difficult to. Then secondly, they have got a fear of going to psychologist or psychiatrist because of, that electric shock.
Oh yeah, they all think about this electroconvulsive therapy.
Probably I may get electricity.
Oh.
So see, he's so much afraid. That is the second reason. And third, the most important thing is that how will I bear all withdrawal symptoms?
Oh yes.
That is the most important thing. Because my papa is taking me, or my wife is taking me to the addiction expert, then they will ask me to not to take this alcohol, not to take this heroin, or not to take this opium, or like that. But then how will I bear all the withdrawal symptoms?
Yeah.
So these are the three fears. Because of this,
I see.
they don't
I know.
go to the addiction expert.
Yeah, even people who have been in this country for 30, 40 years, when their children have all these problems, it's very hard to convince them to see a doctor because you talked about the stigma, and denial is a major factor in this country, both by the children and especially by the parents. It's there's nothing wrong with my kid.
Yeah, they don't admit it. And for the females, rather, I should say in India it is a big problem. If a girl is addicted now, and the people come to know, there is no chances of marriage. So the people from the long distance from Delhi, they come with their daughter, come to me, and then so that nobody comes to know about the addiction problem, and we have to treat and we have to maintain the whole confidentiality.
Okay, let's say a parent is able to convince his or her child and bring him to you. How do you start approaching these children, and what kind of diagnostic studies you do? And let's talk about, after that, some treatment plans.
Yeah, we generally ask about the symptoms from the patient itself. Or if the patient is unable to say something, say she is many times he or she is very much hesitant to tell these things, then the parents, they know everything because living in the house, and they tell about the symptoms, all the symptoms. Say for the example of if we talk to tobacco, then mouth opening is reduced. He doesn't take the spicy foods. And there are frequent off and on there's ulcers in the mouth, like this. And if he's alcoholic, then other symptoms of alcoholism, they are really obvious. Then if he's the more common is brown sugar, which is coming up in India. So then what they say is that a lot of money is being spent in the and he's unable to sleep in the night.
I see.
He's having a loss of weight. His appetite is reduced. And if we don't provide this, then he's make havoc in the house. So then the family comes to know that he's probably addicted to sugar. Or else then some of the symptoms we talk of the brown sugar or the heroin. I should say the difference because people should know that what is heroin, what is brown sugar.
I see.
There is a difference. Heroin 20% and 80% it is chalk powder.
I see.
Milk powder, quinine, strychnine, zinc oxide. They are 80% and 20% is heroin. When they mix together, this becomes brown sugar.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that is dope, and it is known by many, SMAC, and by many.
So how much does it cost to get some of this stuff?
Oh, I see. You see, we give the example of some of the places without naming the places.
Yeah.
The cost for say the one time
Yeah.
smoke may cost you about 500 rupees.
Yeah.
So, and most of they become dependable, or say tolerance increases as the
I
time
see.
passes.
I know. Yeah.
So we have got the cases. If you see the newspaper yesterday, so we have the cases, whereas it is costing from 2,000 to 3,000 rupees per day.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can imagine anybody how can they get
That's
this
right.
much
Yeah.
amount. But where the money is flourishing in India, a lot of money. I have seen the cases of 60,000 rupees per month.
Yeah.
To do this much.
Yes, all right. Oh.
Yeah. People are using it.
So when you say 50, 60,000 rupees, that's almost like $1,000 in America
Yeah.
per month.
Yeah. This is there.
So once you know they're hooked on these substances, of any kind, how do you manage these patients?
See, we have to do in two ways.
Yeah.
One way is first to control the desire control.
Yeah.
Then damage control. There
I
are
see.
two Ds: desire control and damage control. Okay. So desire control, there are anti-craving drugs are available. First, we tried that by just behavioral therapy, by just asking them and then advising them, then showing them the bad effects, even on the video, in my laptop. We tried this, and then providing some substitutes.
I see. Yeah.
That you take this thing, okay, and many times you have to force abstinence is also to be done. Many times it is required. So these are this is one D, desire control, and if they are not controlled by this, then we can go together.
I
see. So we give them anti-craving drugs along with this. So gradually, the craving goes down and down, and he is being treated. But at the same time, we have to take care of the damage control.
I see. Yeah.
Because, for example, I gave the example of the mouth opening. If the mouth is not open, their whole life, how you eat?
Yeah.
And if you don't eat, then you definitely the organ failure,
malnutrition and all this.
Malnutrition will take place. So the damage is caused either by the alcohol. We could talk about the alcohol, then the liver damage, and then the blood pressure and diabetes they are coming up. One of the reasons.
I see.
I've seen my own patients. Because I got my own lab also. So the alcoholic patients, when they come, when times we get the examination of blood sugar, most of the time I tell that you will develop diabetes because if you don't stop alcohol, you will have them. They are heavy.
I see. Yeah.
This is the correlation which is there, but I see personally, and high blood pressure. Both the things are coming up because of that.
I see. Yeah.
So the symptomatology, then sometimes I have to send to the other bigger labs to see all, because of my type of diagnosis that you start from the top to bottom.
I see. Yeah.
All
drug screen.
Yeah. Total we get the examination of X-ray, ECG, and lipid profile, urea, creatine, blood sugar, and sonography is very important. We got because the abdomen is the magic box, and a lot of many changes takes place because of these addictive substances.
That's true.
So when I come to know these are the damage control, then we go accordingly. You have to take this medication also along with the anti-craving drugs. So there are a lot many anti-craving drugs are coming up.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Triple N Talk Show, and this is coming to you from Houston, Texas. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and all our programs are live video streamed to YouTube and also Google+. Please visit our YouTube channel, NIK NIKAM, and please do subscribe to our channel. And we also have a Facebook page, which is Triple N Media, and there we keep you abreast of what's happening in and around the town and from around the world. And please do like our Facebook page. We are talking about substance addiction among teenagers, both in India and also here in the United States. And my special guest is Dr. JAIN. Okay, let's talk about success rate. The success rate of smoking cessation in this country, given by the best programs like the American Lung Association, like such, the success rate at the end of 1 year is like 27%. That means 2/3 of them relapse. So what has been your success rate in dealing with these teenagers with substance abuse?
When I say if the family support is full, then the success rate is 90 to 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Family support with observation up to 2 years. The WHO says 2 years. So if it is like that,
Yeah.
and it is a simple case with no damage.
I see. Yeah.
If the damage has occurred,
Yeah.
it may not come to the normalcy. But as far as the this addiction is there, if the follow-up is proper, maximum 2 years, the chances of relapse is very, very less.
I see.
Though we should, what happens, the family, if once they start the de-addiction treatment and the fellow stops the addiction 2, 3, 4 months, 6 months, the family becomes careless, the patient becomes careless, and then the relapse comes.
I see.
And what they think in general, relapse is a failure.
Yeah.
No, it's not a failure. One should never consider relapse as a
I see.
failure. It's a part of the disease, because
I see,
addiction
yeah.
it's a part of the disease. Addiction is a chronic relapsing disease.
I see. Yes.
So this I make clear to the family, that don't get disgruntled, disheartened if your son or if your kid does restart the things. Don't treat. So this is a part of the treatment, and it's a part of the disease also. Go on taking the medication, and if there is a relapse, don't rebuke. Say okay.
Yes.
Okay, we'll
Be supportive.
We'll support.
Yeah.
So if you don't support it, definitely the things will go worse.
What?
This is what is happening.
That's right. Yeah.
Then there comes the failure. So if the follow-up is not there, F will follow F.
I see.
F will follow F.
That's true. Yeah.
Follow, no failure. Follow, success.
I see. That's very good. Okay, let's talk about, there are very strict tobacco laws in this country. Tobacco was so prevalent and the tobacco industry was so dominant in this country. And, they ruled the whole industry until about, I should say, 5-10 years ago, when they came up with very strict tobacco rules, especially for teenagers. You can't be selling below 18 years or so tobacco products. Are there any laws like that in India from preventing these kids from getting?
Yeah, there is definitely law. There are definitely, say 18 years, before 18 years you can't sell the tobacco, these products. But you see, the implementation depends on the authorities.
Yeah.
So, moreover, nowadays it is, say up to 200 meters, the no tobacco shop can come.
Next to schools.
Next to schools.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, it is there. So, somewhere it is being followed, somewhere depends on the. So, this is one of the adopted. Now, one of the things which has come up in India, that is the caption, this is the packing.
I see.
So, previously it was 25% of the area of the caption was this.
The warning. Warning. Okay.
Now
the tobacco warning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tobacco warning. Now it has come recently. They have strictly, the central government has strictly, especially the Modi government which came after.
Yeah.
They adopted 85%.
I see.
80% of the area should be a warning.
I see.
This is first time that has come up. Though there is a lot of
Opposition for
yeah,
those.
it will be there.
I know. Okay, and what else can the government or the public do to suppress this craving for substances?
See, what I see in the Burma,
Yeah.
the awareness program, they conducted the awareness program very seriously. And the result is this, that 80% to 90% people became aware of this all substance abuse. And the results, there is a 45% reduction in the addiction. So what I think the process for the awareness should continuously be continuous. And rather I should say, if you make the list of the people died from the addiction, and it is being shown to these are the persons who died of this thing, would you like to die by this thing? So that also can create a fear psychosis. This is sometimes it's a must.
I guess it may be too drastic in places like India or America to put up posters like that. But I mean, it's a reality. And as a doctor, you and I, we always see these ones.
But we can just tell. This is the thing which has happened. Recently, I just want to narrate the story when it came in the brief. That the one lady, she is from the state where we are talking, where the addiction has come up very high, without naming the state. The lady is 70-year-old, and she is just washing the utensils in the different houses.
I see.
She had a very good family, 2 kids, 1 son and 1 daughter. Son married, daughter married. The son became addicted to this brown sugar. He died. He had 2 kids. This mother has to take care of the 2 kids. Then the daughter's husband became addicted to the brown sugar. He died, keeping 2. Then this daughter also, she became addicted. She also died. The 2 kids of the daughter, 2 kids of the son. And the worst thing, the 2 kids of this daughter, they also become addicted. See the whole family. And this poor lady at the age of 70, she's just washing just to take care of this. So this kind of, I got 120 stories with me, which I'm thinking to publish a book. A very pathetic condition of the family. I can rather say this is a family terrorism.
I see. You know, it is exploding from within the family.
So nowadays only 1 or 2 kids are there, and out of
that's
one, and if the one is there and he become a terrorist in the terrorist in this sense, is addiction terrorism, substance abuse. Terrorism,
Dr. Jain, it's been a pleasure talking to you. It's been quite enlightening. And ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching a Triple N talk show. I am Dr. Nik Nikam, and please do visit our YouTube channel, which is Nik Nikam, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we have more than 800 videos accenting our experience here in the United States. And also we have a Facebook page, which is Triple N Media, and please do visit our page and like it, and we'll keep you abreast of what's happening in and around town and from around the world. Until next time, I am Dr. Nik Nikam for Triple N Talk Show.